that long. Just wanted to come on and do a short and sweet 10-minute topic that will be easy to be replayed. And the topic is live for yourself. I can't tell you guys enough how long it took for me to get to the space in my life to learn that lesson, learning to be okay with whatever it is that I need. And I do get it. We all have different lives, we all have responsibilities, but at the end of it, we have to stop putting ourselves as last, like we are insignificant, and we're not. You're not insignificant. You do have value, you are worth it, but you're the one that has to choose it. You have to choose your portion in life. What are your gifts? What is the reason why you're here? What purpose are you here for? And it honestly wasn't until I finally recognized that I was here for a reason and a purpose. So I deserve to start doing some good things for myself. So start choosing to live for you, not living for friends or family, not for accolades, not for clout, but living for you. And that's hard. It's hard and it's heavy to make a choice to live for you, because there's many people who you may have in your life right now that are very selfish. They only want you to live for them. It could be your siblings or your parents. It could be your children. It could be other people. They want you to live for them, or they only want you to live after you do everything for them. It takes a very strong woman or a very strong man to make that decision to show up for yourself, to recognize that you're talented and you're gifted and you have potential inside of yourself, and then doing something with it. Not just talking about you love yourself, but what does the love you have for yourself cause you to do? What does the love for yourself cause you to be? It's about unearthing that, drawing up your talents to the surface and vibrating in that space, not being ashamed, not being afraid, not being scared, but giving yourself that permission to be your best self, your happiest self, your strongest self, your self that has the potential. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I started to live for myself, I lost a lot of people. Well, did you even really lose? To be honest, it may seem that way in the beginning. Initially, when people leave your life, like people will break up with you romantically, people will stop being your friend. People will stop wanting to talk to you when you start living for you unapologetically, taking better care of yourself, dressing up, going out, um, getting into your education, getting into your own bag, taking better care of your health, just doing everything that you deserve to be as a woman or as a man, living for you. And I don't mean about being selfish, or about, having a big head and thinking you're better than others. No, that's not the objective here. The objective here is to make sure that you are about your business. And too many of us are minding the business of our friends, of our family, your kids, your relatives, your whoever. You're minding everybody else's business but yours. And when I finally made that decision to start living for me, living for my goals, using my gifts, I feel so much better. I don't have the guilt associated with that. And that's something that each of us has to walk through that. Because when you have sacrificed so much for friends, family, kids, your romantic relationship, you get lost. You lose yourself. You feel that you're only good based on what you can give to others. And when you finally make a decision to choose yourself, there will be many people who will be angry, jealous, they will question. They will even say things like, "You think you're better than me now." And it's all because you're not playing the feeling sorry for yourself. You're not the victim anymore. You have chosen victory. You have taken your power back. You know what you're capable of, and you know your gifts. And I think that's one of the most wonderful things in this world. And I want to give you, all of you loved ones, that gift of knowing that you're worthy, that gift of speaking it and declaring it and living as that woman and as that man. Raise your vibration, raise your power and your light, raise what you believe to be true. See, until you start to speak over your life, until you believe that you are the reason, and you don't need others to self sustain that. You sustain your own self. You don't need other people's validation. You don't need their support. But they will judge you. They will try to poke holes in your dreams. They will try to get you to stop, but you just remove yourself from those toxic people and start to live for yourself. Start writing down a plan, some goals, some things that maybe you have been putting on the back burner. Like myself, I put many things on the back burner, taking care of my physical health, eating poorly. I started to pay attention to my diet. I paid attention to the way I treated myself. How was my mental health? What about my education, my financial situation? And what is the quality of people in my life? Do I have people who are strong for me like I am strong for them? Only you can answer that question. Hey, Edward, how are you doing? Yes, welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for your support. So, that was one of the things that each of us has to learn. We have to learn how to show up for ourselves, and that does not make us selfish. It means that we are aware. You have to be self aware, you have to be self empowered, and not everybody has that gift. We weren't all given that gift from childhood onward to choose ourselves, to respect ourselves, to when people are using us or they're draining us, taking advantage of us, that it is okay. It's actually mandatory that we take care of ourselves and not be last. That's one of those things that we get so used to doing for others and supporting others that we forget about ourselves. We empty ourselves. We do so much sacrificing, but when are we going to sacrifice for ourselves? Don't wait until you get sick. Don't wait until your mental health is disrupted, or when you start getting health problems because other people are bringing you so much stress and aggravation and drama, and they want you to handle their problems and bail them out of situations. That is not your problem. It is not your problem what other people are going through. And while we care about others and we love others, we have to remember to love ourselves. Love thyself. Be your own friend. What about your goals and the things that you're trying to achieve? Yeah, give yourself the permission to be great and let go of other people's opinions of your life. That's one of the hardest things that I ever had to do. I had to forgive myself for trying to live up to other people's standards and what their opinions of me and why they didn't like me and why they didn't support me and why this or that. Many people will judge you based on who you were. Maybe if you made some poor decisions or you hurt some individuals. But when you let that go, your life is going to shift. Your life is going to pivot and elevate. So forgive yourself for what you were, what you allowed, and now write a new narrative for yourself. I forgive myself for what was, and now I'm in a different space mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. I speak love over myself. There's nothing that I can't do. I believe in myself, and I am confident. So that's the message today. Thank you all so much for your support. And I hope it was a beneficial topic. I hope you do something with that, not just hearing the positive, motivating words, the encouraging words, but forgiving yourself, giving yourself the permission to try something new, speaking up for yourself, setting boundaries, and removing yourself from others' validation and opinions. I am Love Marlene 411. Thank you so much for your support. If you've enjoyed this topic and conversation, feel free to subscribe and check out my other videos. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys back on the next stream. Peace.